Survival during World War II wasn't about braving the wild, it was about vanishing in the heart of the city. The urban wilderness demanded a new kind of camouflage, blending into crowds, mastering the art of invisibility. The greatest danger wasn't the elements, but the ever-watchful eyes of the state and its informants. Ordinary people, men, women, children, became prey, forced to erase their identities to survive. Their tools weren't branches or caves, but the routines of daily life. A crowded market, a busy train station, a quiet street. The city became a labyrinth of hiding places, attics as caves, cellars as burrows. Survival was collective, not solitary. Networks of trust formed. A grocer slipping an extra loaf, a neighbor turning away, a priest offering sanctuary. Each act of quiet defiance built an invisible architecture of resistance. The rules of survival were rewritten. Open spaces meant danger. Crowds meant safety. The true sanctuary was found in the enemy's midst, hidden by the ordinary. Every gesture, every word, every glance mattered. A single mistake could be fatal. The city's fabric became a shield woven from courage and secrecy. In this world, survival depended on community, trust, and the will to remain unseen. The architecture of invisibility was built not of stone, but of human connection. These life-saving networks were no accident. They were engineered for survival. In cities, resistance cells operated independently, so if one fell, others survived. This cellular structure mirrored nature's resilience, distributed risk, hidden strength. In the countryside, the land itself became an ally. Farmhouses as way stations, forests as cover. Rural communities, bound by trust, formed walls of silence. Farmers used secret paths and hidden barns to move people and supplies. Every role was vital. Scouts found safe routes, hosts gave shelter, guides led escapes, leaders coordinated it all. Trust was the currency. More precious than food or money, every act of help was a leap of faith. A stranger at the door could be a friend or a threat. Couriers and contacts relied on invisible bonds, tested daily by fear. The network's strength was its secrecy and the courage of its members. Each person was a thread in a tapestry of resistance. Together they built a fortress of trust, sheltering the vulnerable from the storm. Quiet heroism held the structure together. Disappearing required more than hiding. It demanded a new identity. Forged papers, identity cards, work permits, ration books became lifelines. The forger's workshop was as crucial as any armory. Safe houses, attics, cellars, hidden rooms were sanctuaries where invisibility was perfected. Life inside meant silence, discipline, and constant vigilance. Every sound was a risk, every movement a calculation. Survival skills shifted, reading patrol patterns, navigating bureaucracy, sending secret signals. Communication was silent. A flower pot moved, a song whistled, laundry hung just so. Camouflage meant the right clothes, accent, and demeanor. Foraging for food meant braving the black market or relying on strangers' courage. Shelter was a family's willingness to risk everything. The greatest tool was the ability to appear utterly ordinary. In this world, normalcy was the ultimate disguise. The city's routines became a shield, and every day was a test of adaptation. Survival was an act of constant reinvention. Hiding was as much a mental battle as a physical one. Life shrank to four walls, days marked by silence and waiting. The hardest challenge was enduring the weight of inactivity and fear. Children learned unnatural stillness. Laughter and tears were stifled. The fear of discovery, guilt, and separation haunted both hiders and hosts. Every noise, every knock brought a surge of dread, yet resilience grew in these shadows. People found hope in small routines, reading, mending, quiet celebrations. These acts were defiance, proof that dignity and hope could survive. Even in darkness, the will to live endured. Survival was a quiet refusal to be broken. Resistance networks relied on unsung heroes, couriers and forgers. Couriers, often young women, carried messages and documents through the city's veins. Every journey was a risk. A single checkpoint could mean disaster. Forgers crafted flawless documents, their precision a matter of life and death. Their work gave people new identities and a chance at survival. Moving people required a chain of trust guides, drivers, railway workers, each playing a part. Routes changed constantly to avoid detection. The hidden travelled in silence, trusting strangers with their lives. Courage and calm were essential. One slip could cost everything. These were not soldiers, but ordinary citizens fighting a different war. Their skills, steady hands, local knowledge, bravery, saved thousands. Each act, no matter how small, was a blow against oppression. The resistance was built on everyday heroism. Lives were saved one journey, one forged paper, one act of trust at a time. Their legacy is measured in lives, not headlines. Survival depended on more than hiding. It was a logistical battle. Food was scarce. Feeding extra mouths required ingenuity and risk. Sympathetic shopkeepers, farmers, and neighbors formed a lifeline. Medicine was precious. Doctors and nurses made secret visits, healing in silence. Money fueled the network, buying food, bribing officials, funding escapes. Every transaction was a risk, but essential for survival. The architecture of invisibility was built on countless small acts of courage. Community, not just cunning, was the true fortress. Ordinary people, sharing bread, offering shelter, risking all, made survival possible. In the face of tyranny, compassion and trust proved stronger than fear. The greatest defense was a community united by the will to protect life.